Gomer Show, Gomer Show, does whatever Gomer wants to do. It's the Gomer Show. No, just thank God Monday is freaking over. I mean, you can thank God for Friday all you want. Friday is like a huge, but damn, thank goodness Monday is freaking over. What up, dude? We're live. Andy is not going to make it this week. He is ill. He has been sick
Oh,
all
well,
day. He's up since 3 o'clock in the morning.
hope it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay, but yeah, welcome to the pre-show, everybody. This is the part of the show where we talk about what we're going to do on the show. Really easy on Mondays, these late Mondays now. We're just going to talk about all the new comics. You're ready to do it, Taylor? I just saw you like 23 hours ago. So what could have
Yes,
possibly happened? Probably
these.
the coolest thing ever. You're probably like, well, I met, Mark Hamill today, and I was going to tell you all about it, but fuck you. I'm going to go. you know?
I don't know, man, but these back-to-back days of dealing with you are hard to
Oh,
get
if
through.
you're not used to it by now, you just might as well duck that water, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Just
fair
do
point.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely need these Monday nights to talk about comics. I know he's talking about Nazis there, but it just works so well. I hate these guys.
Well, hard to blame him.
On both counts.
Everyone should hate Nazis.
Oh yeah, everybody should hate them, but I mean, I understand why everybody would hate us. So.
Get it,
We are terrible. Greetings, geeks. Welcome back. It's another episode of This Geek and Comics Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
Gomer and Taylor hour. Andy's under the weather. Dave
Yeah.
is at work. Yeah.
But
Get better soon.
I guess I should emphasize that we're not evil like Nazis are. We're just
we're not
annoying.
evil. We're just kind of douchebags, accidental douchebags. Yeah.
We're just more insufferable, but like for non-nefarious reasons.
And we're not really trying to do it. At least I'm not. It's all accidental. It's just my nature to be a douchebag.
Oh, well.
New comics. Start at Boom. Real easy this week over at Boom. They got Expanse still going. This book feels like it's been going on forever. It feels like the show's been canceled for like 10 years and still doing this book, which is fine. But I'm pretty sure this book was coming out when the show was.
How long has Firefly been canceled? That's been 20 years and they're still cranking that shit out.
Yeah, no shit. Grimm gets the pen and ink treatment. That's just when it's, black and white. Not a bad idea, but just not my cup of tea. Power Rangers 117, but Rare Flavors number 4. This is Ram V doing like this. It's like a demon. What's the cat demon from D&D? I always forget the name.
Oh,
it's one of them.
I can't think of a cat demon off the top of my head, honestly.
Yeah, it's like a cat demon or something. I don't remember. But anyway, this book's damn cool.
Oh, like a Rakshasa?
There's always like a recipe in it. Rakshasa.
Yeah, technically they're not demons, but yeah, they are like evil cat creatures for sure.
Oh, and that's kind of what this is. He's like an evil dude, but he also wants to be like a world-class chef. And it's just wild. It's so weird and fun. It's like if Bourdain was still around writing comics, because he wrote a couple, before he passed away. So, and then Slow Burn number 5 wraps that series. Moving on to DC, Amazon's Attack number 5, Disturbing the Peace. Huge deal here, as we saw in many books, and we're going to talk about this again here in just a moment when we get to the G's. Fallout of not just Beast World, but everything Amanda Waller is doing throughout the DC universe. She kind of feels like she is like the hinge point.
Yeah,
they've been doing many of these books.
This has been going on for a while now, yeah, but it's kind of like they did it subtly enough that I didn't really appreciate it, I guess. But yeah, she is in the Green Arrow book. She is in this Amazon's Attack shit. Like anytime you see Peacemaker, she's behind it usually.
Yeah, she's pulling his strings. Yeah, and he's loving it.
Most prominently in Titans and especially in that Beast World event. So yeah, they're really setting her up to just be this this all-encompassing just source of grief for our heroes,
Douchebag. Yeah, big huge douchebag. She is. She's mean. She's so good at it. But great Yara Floor cover here. Love that.
Are there any other kind of Yara Floor covers?
So yeah, Amazon Attacks has been good. Oh yeah, I know, right? Batman Brave and the Bold hits issue number 10 with a cool Simone DeMeo cover. DC Connect. Detective Comics, it's issue 1082. Flash, Mike Deodato Flash is hitting issue number 6. I know you've been a little hit or miss on this series. I mean, you're the bigger Flash guy than me, but I don't know.
I enjoyed the
I'm a couple
last
issues
run
behind, I
better.
think.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Deodato artwork alone is like worth checking out, and there's
sure,
plenty of
for
room
sure.
for in the Flash for like these esoteric, trippy bullshit concepts. I mean, that's nothing new for the character, but I don't know. I just feel like I miss the more goofy kind of like homespun
Like down,
energy. Yeah.
yeah, goofy down to earth, and it is Cy Spurrier. He does tend to get up his butt sometimes. He's kind of weird about it, but this is a great cover. This is a cool ass fucking cover.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
love that. And then, yes, the aforementioned Green Arrow. This is the Beast World Fallout, where Green Arrow is like, no, I'm going. He does like the Logan thing from Civil War. No, I'm going after the real villain. I'm a rebel. I ain't a member of the Justice League no more. It don't matter. I'm going to go take out Waller. And Waller gives him an offer that he can't refuse, I'm guessing.
I mean that just reeks of
be
like a
interesting.
fake out cover, but what? I guess we'll see. I guess.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna read this issue.
It's kind of funny. Green Arrow, this current run got started as the fallout from Dark Crisis, and now it's
exactly.
picking up with the fallout from Beast World. So just
but I mean
picking up
that's
these event
Williamson.
torches and running with them. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Williamson. He's got his finger on the pulse of everything going on at DC. He's one of the loudest guys in the room.
Yeah. I mean, for a while he was writing every fucking book they have. It seems
he's
like
still writing 4 or 5. And that's writing G.I. Joe and Duke.
Stepping down a little bit, that's what's crazy.
Oh, true. Right. Yeah, that dude's writing fucking everything over there. But I bet he's having just the best damn time doing it. It's
sure.
a great
And
time
like
to be writing DC.
on the level, it's been good shit. So yeah.
Yeah. Harley Quinn 37. Just wanted to, man, there's some great covers this week. And this is another one. I love this. Simple, fun, exactly what you'd expect from a Harley Quinn cover. Just, oh, that's cool, dude. I don't get it. It's just so simple that it's, just beautiful in its simplicity. I love it.
I mean, there's just a simple meal well made, can be, a nice thing to have every now and then.
Yeah. Jorge Corona get a cover for the Jay Garrick the Flash #5 penultimate issue of this series. It's been good too. It's been solid.
It's been pretty solid. All of these like Golden Age throwback books have been a lot of fun.
Yeah. JSA from 2022 is getting collected in a big $25 book. Don't miss out on that. That's going to be cool.
I swear they've collected this like 5 times now.
But they have, and they'll collect it another 5.
I enjoyed the hell out of it though. So like, definitely check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's going to come all around into the Amanda Waller shit. Like eventually Amanda Waller is going to win, and then their big solution is time travel to bring these guys into the present day or something.
I wouldn't be at all surprised.
That'd be rad. I would read the hell out of that. Penguin hits issue 7, and then we wrap with Power Girl #6, which I have not been reading.
I mean, that just kind of fell off my radar. I read that first issue, and there's nothing particularly bad about it. It's just kind of got lost in the shuffle. It didn't grab me,
Yeah. Nah, me neither. All right, moving on to the House of Ideas. Amazing Spider-Man. It hits issue number 44. It is finally the end of Gang War. Gang War feels
like
what
the fuck does Madam Mask have to do with anything? I mean, I'm not keeping up with Gang War, so I don't know.
No, it is. I had no idea she was in it either. But this is not going to go the way you think it will. Big surprise.
It's already not going the way I think it will because she's a fucking Iron Man villain. What the hell is she doing on a Spider-Man book?
Exactly. Yeah, I have no idea why she's there, what she's doing.
Whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is, but yeah, I don't get it. Some cool covers for this one as well, but it's Spider-Man. Of course it does. Big book for me this week, and I think you too. Avengers Twilight #3. Finally getting to see Kamala Khan.
I have been loving this book. Old. This is, I mean, we said just before this book came out, right? Like, it's a great creative team, Chip Zdarsky and Daniel Acuna, but it looks like they're just kind of doing that, like, Dark Knight Returns style, like we're in a future gone wrong type of thing. And those are kind of hit and miss for me, but this has definitely been a hit. Like,
yeah, and it is doing that, but it's really leaning into like real world fascism and things that could happen in real life. And that's the Marvel can do that way better than DC. Yeah. They just can't.
I mean, absolutely, this is like eating at Dark Knight Returns' table, but it's a good contribution to that table. They brought a good brought a good casserole to that table,
Yeah, yeah. And I want to show these because I mean
Oh,
you
well,
just
speaking of that
brought up a
fucking
good
devil,
point, but this is the Daniel Acuna cover, which which I think is the best cover. But yes,
that's
here it is.
gorgeous.
It's
But yeah, I mean,
the Dark
they're
Knight,
giving away the
comic
game
on
on
cover.
this
That is
one.
gonna
But
sell. That is gonna sell so much.
man, if I can find
Yeah,
that, I'm gonna
this
get
cover
that
is
one. I
gonna sell
fucking
a
love
ton
that.
of copies. Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is gonna sell a ton of copies if you can
that
find
is
it.
maybe one of the most iconic covers of all time. You see it like imitated a lot. I've even seen like Squirrel Girl doing that pose in one of the issues I read of that. But like
Yeah,
she should be
yeah.
older.
Always
Like
giving it
she's
her
an
props.
adult in this story, but well, whatever. That's
Yeah,
still
she does
cool as
look kind of
hell.
younger there, but it's still more timeless to have her as her regular age because this cover is never
You know
going to
what?
age
That's
poorly.
true. In the
You know what I
grand
mean?
scheme of
It's always
things,
going to be classic.
it is probably better to get like the most recognizable version of the character on this like very recognizable homage. So, like I get that. That's a
Yeah,
good point.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And Torrin Clark also gets a cover with the team, but
They're
Cable hits
really
issue
pushing
number
Miss Marvel
2.
in these covers.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, that's the main reason to buy issue number 3, in my opinion. If no one's been reading this book, issue number 3 might be the best selling copy just because of the cool variant covers. Seriously. I mean, I kind of hate to say it, but people are going to be seeking out that homage cover, that Miller homage. All right, Cable number 2 with some cool variants. Carnage number 4. Dead X-Men number 2. Did you get an opportunity to read the first issue of Dead X-Men? I don't think we even talked about it.
No, that one just kind of was under my radar. I'm
It
not
is
going to be
weird.
getting every single one of these fucking X books, and this was one of the ones that I'm like, nah, you know.
Yeah, it's like Exiles, but with
Yeah,
those dead ones. The dead
they
ones. It's weird.
featured in that Rise of the Powers of 10 book that came out last week, which is really does just like it does progress like the meta narrative, but it is also just so like, hey, here's what all these characters in these other X books have been doing. Check it out. And they mentioned the dead
Yeah,
X-Men in that one.
yeah, almost like a commercial for the damn book in the other book.
Yeah.
Giant Size Fantastic Four number 1 is not what you think. It is written by Fabian Nicieza, Chris Lee. So this is not really
Yeah.
new material. It's kind of rehashed material. And Fantastic Four number 33, which I think is the classic betrayal in the Atlantean style. I think that's the first time they go to war with Atlantis.
I had been hoping
But
that
I'm
this
not
was
sure.
going to be like a just part of Ryan North's run, just like a little like extra story that
Imagine
he
what he
was
could
doing,
do.
but
Imagine what he would do in
yeah.
an annual.
I
Just
would
being able
love
to
to
do whatever the fuck
just
he's
any
doing whatever the fuck he wants now. But
yeah, but I would love to see
it's
him have a
awesome.
story with more pages for sure. That would be really rad. But
Yeah,
so I'm this is probably a pass for me just because it's not part of
yeah, me too.
the stuff
Me
I'm
too.
already reading.
Great
I like
cover
that cover
here
though.
with all the villains on it. Yeah, and that's a classic. But Immortal Thor number 7,
Hell yeah.
probably I don't know. It's arguable. It's definitely in the top 3, I would say, of books going on at Marvel right now.
Oh, this run has been really fucking great so far. This is the second part of this basically retelling of like one of the only really famous Thor myths that we actually have the trip to Utgard, whatever however it's called.
Utgard. Yeah, it's Utgard. He said it right here. Or no, right here. Utgard. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people are spoiled by Thor because we have so much content. He's so iconic. But really, there aren't really that many Thor stories.
Yeah, the classic mythology we have like two. We have
Yeah.
this, and we have the one where he dresses up as a woman to go get his hammer back.
Yeah, they're never gonna publish that.
Yeah.
They're
There's
never
also
gonna.
the
Well,
one
who
where he
knows?
like
Gillen might do it. You know what I mean? Or Ewing. Sorry, Ewing might do it. You know?
who knows?
Who knows? All right, Invincible Iron Man number 15. Worth a mention only because months ago, James Rhodes was framed and arrested on an intel gathering mission that unearthed a terrible truth. Orcus isn't planning to stop with mutants. I had no idea this happened. When the fuck did this happen?
I am not sure. I've
When
only
was
been
Rhodes kidnapped by Orcus?
maybe it was early on in this Invincible Iron Man run because I've been tuning in for all like the X related stuff, but I
Yeah.
don't remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to check this out because I love a good Rhodey story, and this is going to be cool. I really do. I think I like War Machine like a lot more than Iron Man, and even when Punisher was wearing the armor, You know, I really love that shit. But
Mm.
I don't know. I like War Machine. So yeah, that looks cool. Definitely reading that. What else we got? Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 17. This is a fallout from Gang War. Not picking this up. Probably not even going to read this at all because
Yeah, it's just
I've
been
been
kind
skipping
of.
it the whole Gang War shit.
I've had this book's been on hold while the Gang War stuff's been going on. Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got? Secret Wars number 2, facsimile edition. I don't know what this is for. Marvel Superheroes, Secret Wars number 2 reprinting. I'm not sure why. Well, whatever, they can. That's fine that they do that. But Power Pack Into the Storm number 2, solid first issue on this. Power Pack is always just kind of kiddie fun, and yeah, I had a good time with it. I had a good time with the first issue. It wasn't the best, but it was just supposed to be.
I mean, it hit the target it was aiming for.
Exactly. Big book again this week. Punisher number 4. David Pepos, Dave Wachter. Love that. Love this team on this book. I think they're doing just an amazing job, and we're gonna meet Jigsaw in this. The terror group known as Jigsaw. Kind of rehashing some stuff and putting a little new twist on it.
Punisher
but that's
books
what
are
this
always
whole book has been about.
Like Punisher books always have I feel kind of conflicted about them in a way because a lot of people who are Punisher fans are just fans for all the wrong reasons. They view him as a role model, like an idol, and so I imagine most of those people have not been giving this Punisher book a chance. But
yeah, I would agree with that.
If you are on the fence, I don't
want to let those people tell me what's up. Yeah. Oh,
absolutely. Yeah. What's up, this book has legitimately been pretty fun. I like the whole sci-fi gadget angle that he brings to the table, and so far it's been a lot of fighting quirky mini boss squads, and it's been good.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it too, man. I really have. All right, Resurrection of Magneto number 2. The first issue by Al Ewing was pretty good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. But while that first issue was mostly about Storm, the solicit is reading here that this one is going to lean more into Magneto. I'm not sure why Namor is showing up. I'm not really sure why there's any fish stuff going on at all. But I still want to know. Really, all I want to know is how the fuck he comes back. I don't even really care about the journey that we take to get there. It might be interesting, but I understand Storm making this sacrifice to try to get her friend, basically her family, back from the dead. Especially now when they need him so damn badly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though Polaris is definitely doing the shit.
Yeah, she's throwing the fucking throwing nowhere at fucking Orcus right now, so it's pretty badass.
Fucking amazing. And she even called herself the new master of magnetism, which fucking loved it. But can he allow Storm to bring him back? And what does the deep key unlock? So it really feels like we're way, way early in this series.
I enjoyed the hell out of that first issue, and I imagine that I'll enjoy this one too. It looks like I think they might have changed artists, which is a big shame, but because I love that art in that first issue so much. But I'm definitely on board for this one.
Yeah, me too. Spider-Punk Arms Race, another revisit to this fucking punk ass motherfucker.
That main cover is definitely channeling the Spider-Verse look that they gave him.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I mean the art inside is pretty damn good too. I mean they've got nice design work here, with kind of spider web lines, and then this just looks fantastic. I love this right here. This could be a cover in and of itself.
It could be. Yeah,
it's just so nice. And then right back into here, look, all the motion on the page, very well done. Hanging out with Kamala Khan, Miz with a Z, right? Drummer, Daredevil is a drummer. Riri
Riot
Williams.
Heart.
I mean, come on, Captain Anarchy, dude. And they're beating up like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villains. What the fuck? I love it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna read this. I'm not expecting much from it, just fun. But I mean, I think that's what kind of has been established. It's the definition of this character now because of those Spider-Verse movies. He's just fun.
Yeah.
He's just fun to have around. I think at one point they were trying to make it kind of serious, like political almost, where he was gonna be a true anarchist and take shit down.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
he might still do that, but
there's a trope on TV tropes called World of Hats, where you go into a world and everyone has a defining feature, seemingly across the entire world. And that definitely does seem like this is the punk hat world.
Yeah.
But that being said, I mean, that is fun, it is cool to see all the different stick it to the man versions of these different characters. Riot Heart alone is a really fun fucking name.
Yeah, it's freaking cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'm anxious to see that, and I'm interested in those characters. You know, we really haven't
for
seen
sure,
a
yeah.
lot of them. Star Wars books, Thrawn Alliances, issue number 2. I guess that's it.
I feel
Death
like
of
you got to be
Spider-Man omnibus.
pretty deep into the Star Wars churn if you're checking out this book. I'm not that deep into the Star Wars comics, but I mean, Thrawn was a hell
Yeah,
of a
me
lot of
neither.
fun in the Ahsoka show. It was probably my favorite part of that show.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to capitalize off that.
Well,
You hear
absolutely, and
they're
he's
doing new
almost
comics. Oh, go ahead.
he's going to be the villain of that Dave Filoni project that they're working on, that movie. So
Yeah. So they're doing more Star Wars comics set in the Phantom Menace era. Like they're gonna go back there.
man, people have developed quite a fond nostalgia for it. So
They
yeah, might as
have.
well.
Yeah, and all the shit that they're doing now, all of the main Star Wars books are being told between, the original trilogy. So, I mean, why wouldn't they,
Yeah.
try to go back to that well? I'll read them. Uncanny X-Men 268 facsimile edition. This is all for Wolverine's like anniversary or something.
Yeah.
And they're doing that. What's his name? Is doing a new story with this shit in it. But we'll see. What if Venom #1? Yeah, I don't even know why I'm going to click on this. It's Jeremy Holt, Jesus Hervas. Years ago, in a familiar church tower, the Venom symbiote was spurned by Peter Parker and found a willing host in the vengeful and wrathful Eddie Brock. Or at least that's the story you know. An all-new look at what makes the Marvel Universe's most sinister symbiote tick, with a journey that reimagines its earliest days, bonded to a host with a rage and temper entirely different from those of Eddie Brock.
Okay,
So
so it looks like it's the symbiote bonding with Loki, Doctor Strange, Moon Knight.
there's some
I can't.
Wolverine in there with his
Okay, yeah, that's
claws.
Wolverine. That's Wolverine. I can't, from the leg, I cannot tell who that last one is. Is it like the Hulk or something?
I think that's more Loki. Maybe that's more Loki, more of a Loki.
Maybe
But
it's She-Hulk. I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't. Oh yeah, it might be She-Hulk, which would also be weird. But
But hey, I mean,
um,
these what if stories are always just like pretty hit or miss. It's um, do you care enough about Venom to see what would happen? Yeah, I guess it is She-Hulk. But
yeah,
if they bonded to different creatures, so hey, yeah, go for it.
I don't like the Venomized shit. I don't like being Venomized.
I
Okay, I
think it's
think
the
he ruined it.
consensus. Yeah, I think it's the consensus amongst all the contributors to this show that Venom is kind of an overrated character.
He's not just overrated. When you put him and bond him with somebody who's already got powers, it makes him different. But he's still a spider guy.
Yeah,
And I guess that was all kind of retconned with
I saw a good
Donny
argument
Cates
one time
event,
that
whatever the
like
hell that was. But
the most interesting Venom ever was in that very first appearance.
yeah,
The story of Spidey
yeah,
dealing with the black suit and like ridding himself and like it like corrupting him, that's interesting.
yeah,
Then like
dude.
it coming back to haunt him is interesting, but
Yeah.
ever since then it's just like he's just another Spider-Man villain now.
And yeah, exactly. I mean, you're saying that you really liked it when Eddie Brock first took it over, and Eddie had a beef with Peter Parker, didn't know
Sure.
he was Spider-Man, and then the Venom symbiote also knew that he was Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and then all of a sudden the light bulb goes on in Eddie's head, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And then the Venom symbiote's like, "Yeah," just like the movie, kind of.
Yeah.
Not with
I
Peter
mean,
Parker,
there's
but
a
they both
reason why
kind of.
that's the only part of Venom's story that ever gets adapted,
Yes,
is like
exactly,
the initial
exactly.
stages of it.
Yes, yes. Because now him and the symbiote are like buddies, like they're protecting each other.
Sure, I
Like
mean
Eddie is going to save it. I
Venom
love
is
that
like
shit.
full on an
But it's silly.
anti-hero now.
Yeah,
But I don't know, just people
it's too
fucking
much,
love the
man.
symbiote stuff. I mean, these Venom books sell, that Carnage book sells. And we didn't even talk about Carnage earlier, but that's like a ripoff of a ripoff.
Yeah, and they're doing a Venom war later
Man,
on. It's
they
going
did
to be
Summer of
Dylan
Symbiotes
Brock
not too
versus
long
Eddie
ago.
Brock.
They did fucking
Summer of Carnage,
King in Black,
Summer of Symbiotes, King in
They do
Black.
this symbiote stuff
Everybody,
all
yes,
the time, and it never means much to me, but people
yeah. And I
obviously
loved
buy
King in
these
Black.
books.
I loved King in Black,
Oh, King in
but
Black was
still,
fun,
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I say that I really dug Donny Cates' Venom. Giving Eddie a kid, Dylan. Dylan was a really cool character,
Sure,
and it
yeah.
feels like we're finally getting the finality to that in this new Venom War thing that's going to come. Dylan versus Eddie. White Widow hits issue #4. Another big book this week. Probably the most violent, bloody Wolverine arc that I've ever seen, and I've read a lot of. This the Sabretooth War has been fantastic. Look at this shit.
It has been. I love the hell out of it when it's the Wolverine stuff, though. When they switch over to it focusing on Sabretooth, I kind of tune out a little bit. And that's what that last issue was, pretty much.
Yeah. It was all Sabretooth and back in the day. And
looks like we're getting back to Logan, though. So, yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to kind of getting back to Ben Percy, to be perfectly frank, you know?
Exactly. Nothing against Victor LaValle. He can write a book.
Nothing against him, but
a character that you don't care about, really.
I don't give a shit about Sabretooth. And honestly, it's just that's not a fair comparison to make because Ben Percy's Wolverine has been just, fucking fantastic.
Oh my God, it's been so good. Love that X-Force is kind of showing up, to help him out. I love that.
Sure.
Sticking with the continuity.
Yeah.
And then finally over at Marvel, we get this Women of Marvel #1 one shot. It's a $6 one shot, kind of like the thing they do quite often.
Getting ahead of Women's History Month here, I'm sure.
Like yeah. Oh man, I love this. Are we going to get an America story? Oh, please. Man, we need more America. We need more fucking America in these comics. She is such a cool character, dude. And I think the comics aren't leaning into these characters, especially her character as much, and the overall multiverse, even though like the Ultimate thing kind of is leaning into that. But why isn't there an Exiles book? Why isn't America jumping from universe to universe? Especially because the multiverse is so hot right now.
Yeah, America just seems to be one of those characters who's mostly hanging out in other people's books. Like she was in West Coast Avengers. She was in Kieran Gillen's Young Avengers.
Yeah. Man, I'd love to see them do her character up a little bit better, I don't know. She just needs more, in my opinion. She seems like one of those characters that comes off as Pandora. She was just there for one thing, one reason, and now she's gone. And it's like, no, she should not be gone. She's very cool. She's a very special character, and I don't want to see her gone. I want to see her hanging out. All right. Dynamite. So maybe I'll read that book. There's an America story in it. I love it. Nothing much over at Dynamite. This is weird. They are pushing out the Lilo and Stitch metal premium covers prior to actually releasing the Lilo and Stitch book. Because I'm pretty sure the Lilo and Stitch book does not come out till next week. But it's really cool that they're doing a Lilo and Stitch book. All ages read over at Dynamite, taking that bottom line cut off that lost
definitely
leader
an audience
at Marvel. Yeah,
for sure. Lilo and Stitch has quite a lot of fondness for people in my generation and older.
I still know kids who like I kind of have grandkids. All right, my wife kind of adopted a girl, not officially, but her kids are kind of like our grandkids, and they come over all the time, and it's fucking great. They're awesome, and I love being like a grandpa to them. But I turned them on to Lilo and Stitch a few months ago, and they were like, "Holy shit, this is fantastic! They're jumping up and down and hanging out. They're having such a great time." Probably because I'm like talking to them through the whole thing, but it's really great that Marvel.
It's difficult for me to imagine you talking making anybody happy, so that's probably not
exactly. Bad. You should see how weird it is. It's weird. Except my dogs. My dogs love it. I always make them happy, no matter what I say. But
dogs unconditionally
love
give a
us. Shit.
Even monsters like you are unconditionally loved by dogs.
Exactly, and little kids. You've seen Frankenstein. Even little kids. If you're a monster, anyway. It's really great that Marvel can take what would otherwise...
They're going to teach you how to, love flowers and things like that.
Exactly. But it's really good that Marvel would take what would otherwise be a loss leader in their line and pawn it off onto some other publisher. And I say that with respect.
Kind of like in the Premier League, right? Like loaning out someone on their roster to another team so that they're not just sitting idle.
Yeah. And then we get Negaduck #4, the Darkwing Duck spinoff. Again, the Darkwing Duck book has 2 spinoffs now. So again, more success.
I'm honestly just flabbergasted that this book exists.
I know. If you'd have told me, hey, Dynamite is doing a Darkwing Duck cover, or pardon me, a Darkwing Duck book, I would have said, it'll probably go an arc or 2.
Yeah.
2 spinoffs. 2 spinoffs.
I can buy Darkwing Duck kind of just having enough support to justify doing it. Yeah, I never could have imagined they do a fucking Nega book. Or
Yeah.
sorry, Negaduck book.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Is it like Gizmo Duck or some shit?
No, it's the team book. Gizmo Duck's on the team though, and it has
Oh,
that
okay,
vampire duck and
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah,
Yeah.
that Duck
So-
Avengers thing, whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
is.
we're gonna do it in quick hits next week. We're just gonna do like 2 or 3 very short, brief stories just because they're cool. And then talk about nothing but the events that are coming out this summer. But a little preview of that. Jason Aaron is writing a DuckTales book over at Marvel. He's writing an Uncle Scrooge book.
Fucking hell.
Dude, we're talking about it next week. It's gonna be so damn cool. I cannot wait. Red Sonja 2023 hits issue number 8. It's been a good run so far. I always read Red Sonja. It's pretty easy to read, so I kind of catch up 2 or 3 issues at a time.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that you can
but-
just jump in. Like, what's it going to be about this week? She's probably going to fight someone. You know,
She's gonna kick some ass. Yeah.
Yeah, I
she's
mean,
gonna
that's
kick some ass.
pretty straightforward. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know.
Oh no, it's fantastic. And then Wheel of Time Great Hunt number 4 if you're a Wheel of Time person. So let's fly kind of through these books because there isn't that many. I did want to talk about Avatar. It's a Dark Horse book. This is not a movie sequel. This is a video game sequel. This takes place in the video game universe,
Oh,
which is
fuck! I barely remember that existed. Okay,
that game.
I guess it still exists, but yeah.
Dude, I have talked to people who say, no, dude, it's one of the greatest games I've ever played. And then other people said, no, that game is complete dog shit. And it's like, holy fuck, it's just like the movies.
Well,
it's the same as the movies.
I guess they got the movie's energy
got
down
it right.
perfectly then, yeah.
Yeah, they got it right. And then I did want to mention this as well, just because it's also Avatar, but big deal.
good Avatar,
because of the
okay.
good Avatar. Because the movie has done, or the TV show on Netflix has done quite well. It's been in top 10 since it's debuted. So
yeah, they're probably going to do the second season of it. Which Last Airbender is only 3 seasons, so they actually do have a solid chance of finishing that. There is no fucking way they are ever going to get anywhere close to finishing One Piece. I mean, hell, One Piece isn't anywhere close to finishing One Piece. You know?
I mean, what? I don't even know if they're gonna try.
They'd have to do like 20 fucking seasons of that live action One Piece.
Yeah, and those kids won't last that long. They'd have to replace the kids like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how far they're gonna get on that live action One Piece show, but they have a legit shot of getting through all of the Last Airbender. It's not a very long show.
Then it's Korra, right?
No, eventually maybe. I mean, Korra is not as beloved as Last Airbender, which
it's like it feels like Voyager to me.
Yeah, I mean, I like.
I kind of like it more than Avatar.
That is a great comparison because, like, they are fine. They are, in fact, they are pretty good just on their own merits. But they really suffer from being compared to some of the greatest television of all time. Like, I still love The Next Generation the most, and Last Airbender is damn near perfect.
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%, dude. All right, what else we got here? Canary number 3 over at Dark Horse. That's been okay. Conan the Barbarian over at Titan Comics. Fantastic. Jim Zub just killing it on that damn book. Crashdown hits issue number 2 of 4. Most notably, this is a cool book over on Massive because Ben Templesmith is doing the art on it. A very well-known artist, just fantastic. David Boer's doing the D&D Saturday Morning Adventures. This is the second volume of that. Also, the second issue. Driss fucking Orden showed up last issue, so that was damn good. Jar Axel showed up.
Honestly, major props. Like, they're not just like recreating the cartoon's art style. They're actually, putting some stank on that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's fantastic. I've really been enjoying this a whole lot, dude. Even though, I mean, how many seasons of that 80s cartoon even are there? And
is it just one? It might be just one. I think
it might be just one season. It's just one of those things.
It was not a long-lasting show. It got a lot more popular, like
after.
Yeah,
syndication.
It got a lot more popular in syndication. That was the word I was looking for. Thanks.
I remember waking up or doing Saturday mornings in the 80s, and I was like that age, I was that dude. This used to come on at like 6 or 7 in the morning, and even at 5 or 6, I'm sleeping in a little bit. So a lot of times I would miss it. But then in the summer, it got syndicated and put on afternoons, like between G.I. Joe and Transformers and shit, and He-Man. It was in that mix. And yeah, dude, it took off. In my school, I remember it taking off like a motherfucker. Like, kids started playing Dungeons and Dragons because of that
My
cartoon.
mom would have been in her 30s in the 80s, and she told me that even she watched it some when it was coming on
Yeah,
originally.
yeah,
Well, probably
fantastic.
in syndication. I don't think she got up early for it, but yeah.
Yeah. And that was just my market. It might have been different in other markets, but I know it didn't
Who's
do
to
too
say?
well to get a lot of seasons, you know. Dead Detective hits issue number 4 or 5. What else we got? All right, big book, Duke number 3, fantastic book. A lot of talky talk in this issue. I've already had an opportunity to read it, but it really moves things forward. It's just packed full of stuff you need to wrap up the series. Because it's only a 5-issue miniseries. We're on issue number 3. We get a lot of background on characters. We get a lot of characters making sort of quasi connections that you can tell are going to lead them into the rest of the series. And again, isn't a mistake that Skybound only did these 5-issue miniseries with both Cobra Commander and Duke. Time will tell. We don't know.
Yeah.
We won't know till next month what's coming out after Duke and Cobra Commander, because I guarantee you it's something. It's something.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But
Yeah.
I've been enjoying this a lot more than Cobra Commander. I feel like this is more accessible to someone like me who's
I
not
think so.
who's
Yeah.
not deep in the
The lore.
minutia of the
Yeah,
lore.
the lore.
Like I don't really know who Captain Rock and Roll is, but okay, some dude showed up with a fucking
He's right over here on
minigun,
this
whatever.
shelf. He's right. You want me to go get him? He's right over here.
It's fine. It's fine. But I feel like it did a good job presenting it. Like, okay, I get his deal. He's like a really like rowdy guy with a fucking gun. Okay, I'm good. Let's go. You know.
Yeah.
But even I know
He
who the
had the
fucking
stereo there.
Baroness is. You
Yeah,
know.
he's got the tattoos. Yeah, for sure. And Stalker too. Stalker comes across very well too. I think you'll think.
Yeah.
I think you'll say after you read this issue that Baroness also comes off very well. You
Yeah,
know,
I
and
mean, she is
everything.
one of the. It's a good pull to bring her into this because she is like, I know who that is. You know, I knew who
Right.
Destro was, and I of course know who
Right.
Duke is. You know,
Yep.
like until they pull in like Snake Eyes, I'm not going to have much to know about the Joes here. But yeah,
I think that's going to be the next miniseries. I
you
think
know,
there's
I
going to
mean,
be a Snake Eyes
there is
miniseries.
no
They
way
have
they're
to.
not.
They
I
have
mean,
to.
other than Duke, he is. In fact, even including Duke, he might be the most famous Joe. You know,
Yeah, I mean, they could try to do maybe a Scarlet book, but in the Scarlet
they could
book,
potentially do
you
a
have
Scarlet
to bring
book.
Snake Eyes in on the last page of the first issue. You have to. You just have to. You just do. Because they're together in ARAH in the main G.I. Joe, not the main, but the G.I. Joe book. They are together.
The
And it's,
Legacy G.I. Joe book. What do we want to call it
yeah, a
nowadays?
real American hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually really good. I can't help but read it every week, even though I really don't have much of an idea what's going on because I haven't read 300 issues, or at least none since I was like, 15. But all right, moving on. What else we got? Godzilla War for Humanity hits issue number 4. We got some Grimm books. Happy Astronaut. Gosh. Oh, Ice Cream Man. Finally, another issue. Of Ice Cream Man, issue number 38. They skipped a month, but man, this is easily one of the best. I don't even know if I want to call it horror. I guess it is. It's just fucking horror comics on shelves. It's
Yeah,
been
it's definitely
going.
a horror book. But
I
not
love it.
like a booga wooga like jump scare type. Like this is like
Like Dark Mirror
fucking
or
with your
Black Mirror.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, Twilight Zone. Dark Shadows or whatever that shit was. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
dope.
mean this has consistently been like fantastic since it first came out. I'm pretty sure this is one of your like retiree books, right?
Oh yeah, it's retired. It's retired. I tend to read it first. Every week when I start reading books, I tend to read it first because usually it's a pretty quick read.
Yeah. Like I think I may
And
have mentioned this before, but like my reading order does tell you a lot about like my expectations for the books. Like I try
yeah.
to save a good book for last, but the best books are the ones I can't wait to read. So yeah, they jump to the front of the list.
Yeah, I'm reading a book and it's just like looking over there at me, and I'm like, no, fuck it, I'm doing it. And then I say that most of the books I get early anyway, so I'm reading them way before Wednesday anyway. But what else we got? Lady Death, Miracles wraps up with issue 4. Moon Man from Kid Cudi gets a second printing. Cudi. Phantom Road number 9, Jeff Lemire's weird book about a trucker and a hitchhiker in a different world protecting a thing that may or may not destroy the world. It's weird, dude. It's just weird. There's no other
I
way
feel
to
like this is
describe
one
it.
of those like, hey Jeff Lemire, like you can do whatever the fuck you want, and this is one of those like, let's push that envelope type of books that he does every now and then.
And he is, but I'm still into it. The characters are very cool.
Oh, I mean, of course. I mean,
yeah.
it's the paradox of Jeff Lemire. Like, not only does he find the time to write so much, but it's always so fucking good.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I don't know how
how
he
does he
does it.
find the time to not just churn out material, but
Yeah.
also like have such a high standard all the damn time?
Yeah. And here's another part to that, and I wanted to mention this in the news the other day, but you know how like we have that Tiny Onion thing, where he's doing his own thing, but we have all these other
Oh,
things like Jeff
Tanian?
Johns has sort of a collective of artists and writers, and there's a couple more of those going on. Jeff Lemire ain't part of none of that.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I
He's
mean,
already
yeah,
got TV shows. He's already got
he,
TV shows planned. They're
yeah. I
doing
mean,
Essex County,
he could
but
probably
he
do
could
it. I
join
mean,
one of those things and own it, dominate,
yeah. I mean,
dominate.
I'm not knocking Tinian or anyone else, but like Jeff
Yeah.
Lemire is probably like a step above like a lot of the guys who are
Yes.
doing it.
100%, dude. I mean, they're still working on the Essex County. He had the what's the antler one? The fucking
Sweet Tooth.
yeah, Sweet Tooth. That's a show. So
Yep.
he's making that TV money. So he's probably like, I don't need y'all. I don't need help doing that. More power to you,
Maybe
but
that
I
is
don't
the
need your
limit to
help.
his time management. He can't like
Right.
do the
Right.
entrepreneur, like legit, like the legwork to put all this shit together because he's writing so good. I don't fucking know. Whatever.
Exactly. That was exactly what I was about to say. Tiny might have some room. Jeff Johns definitely got some room, in his schedule to do that shit. But
Hmm.
Lemire's writing 10 books a fucking month. Radiant Black hits issue number 28 and 28.5. If you're not following that, hey, just
What a
whatever.
fucking success story, though. Radiant
I
Black
know
is like
it's really
this is
hard
one
to
of those
knock
things where
the
like when they
Massiverse,
first
dude.
when they first announced like Radiant Black, I was like, okay, this will probably be like a fun little like 6 to 12 issue type of thing. But no, this thing is spanned the years and led to like 50 fucking spin-offs at this
And an
point.
intergalactic war is now going on in like all the books. It's wild, dude. I mean, it's so crazy that they've done that. Savage Dragon issue 268. Savage Sword of Conan uh, is issue 1 of 6. Titan Comics getting into, of course, the spin-offs. That's what happens when you have a successful Conan book. You do Savage Sword of Conan. Later on, you do a King Conan, you do a Pauper Conan, whatever kind of Conan you want to do. But yeah, John Arcudi's writing, Pat Zurcher, and of course Jim Zub. This is going to be cool. Just like the regular Conan book has been, Savage Sword is going to be dope. It's going to be dope. I think that's really all we got. We got some Sonic. Oh, we do have Star Trek Defiant number 12. Very cool. Haven't actually read this yet. I've been so busy, but very stoked to get my hands on this. Defiant has been a really, really cool book. And we're also getting Star Trek Picard Academy number 6. Ribbon Queen number 8 of 8 wraps that series by Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows. Great horror story. Dave's been just raving about it. And Tuskers. This is that elephant book I was telling you about with that great fucking art. I'm gonna have to wait for this to get collected and buy all 3 issues in one book because I am unable to find this anywhere. I just cannot find it. No one's got it. Undiscovered Country hits issue 28. World Tree hits issue number 8. Great book by James Tynion about internet horror. Very, very fun. And yeah, dude, that is it. Holy crap. Where'd he go? Now he's gone. Taylor left. Probably had internet issues. He was a little crunchy earlier, but that's what happens. So yeah, a lot of great books dropping this week. I think I'm most excited for what was it? That Marvel book. Yeah, it was definitely a Marvel book. Oh yeah, the Avengers book, Avengers Twilight. The book looks awesome. I'm gonna check that out. Iron Man, of course. Wolverine. Oh my gosh, Wolverine's gonna be great. Um, yeah. Oh, there he is. We wrapped. Almost wrapped.
I probably wouldn't have had anything.
Yeah.
Something wrong on your end, so like
Yeah, I don't know
I
what
was just,
happened.
I was
I
just
don't know
trying
what
to like
happened.
fill dead air there for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, oh wait, no, I'm the one who's at fault. Okay.
Yeah. But and Star Trek Defiant, of course, but I was saying Avengers Twilight's coming out, Wolverine is coming out. A lot of really good mainstays, not really a bunch of new books, this week. Which is good. We don't always need new, fresh books. It's good to let stories breathe and to let them breathe on their own
Yeah,
so we can talk about them on our
definitely
show.
definitely a lot of old favorites coming back, like Immortal Thor and Wolverine
Yeah.
and and Avengers Twilight. Yeah.
Yeah, so stoked for that.
Try
So,
to get me one of those Dark Knight Return variants with Kamala.
dude, good luck. Heck yeah, dude.
And
Man,
I don't like my chances, but I'll give it the old college try.
yeah, awesome. Well, that's it for us, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate it. If you like what we're doing, check out what the Bullies are doing. They did a show last night. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but Leroy and Eli talking pop culture. That's movies, video games, comics, novels. If you want links to everything they've got going on and everything we got going on, go to outrightgeekery.com. All the audios, visuals, socials, all that good shit. Thanks a lot. We'd appreciate it. Come back on Sunday. Yeah, come back on Sunday. We're going to be talking about all of these books that we just talked about.
All this time we've been doing it, you still don't remember the day of the
Sunday.
week.
Is that when we're doing it? Sunday. But we're also going to be talking about news. We already pretty much have the news plan. We're just going to be talking mostly about the two big events: Absolute Power from DC and Blood Hunt from Marvel. Two big events.
So you hear that, geek news world? You can't do anything between now and Sunday. We're not going to share it.
Yeah, don't say shit. If we do, we're just going to briefly mention it. Briefly, because we are going to mention some really brief shit. But we don't have as much on Absolute Power as we do on the Marvel event. But
honestly, this is my first time hearing of it.
It's going to be cool. It looks really fun. It's all this culmination of Beast World and Amanda Waller and doing her shit. So cool. Well, again, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We really, really appreciate it. But most of all, thanks to this guy for hanging out with this guy.
Good times.
We are going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Knocked me out. And I was like, all right, Taylor, what are you looking forward to? And then I looked over and he was gone. I was like, uh-oh.
Wow. Awkward timing.